Hey everybody, I'm Steven, and I'm about to go watch the first movie that I might not enjoy. Catch you after the credits.
Merry Christmas to you!
You're a mean one, mister.
I know what to do. I'm going to steal their Christmas.
So, I just got back from seeing The Grinch, and... it was cute. It was a cute movie. I will say, I actually was getting into about the first third of this movie. It was fun to see the Grinch just being mean and, seeing his morning routine, and a lot of the stuff is seen in the trailers, and the trailer shows a lot of the good stuff in the movie, unfortunately. Let's start from the top. I don't think I really need to go, say spoilers, because this movie is a second remake. Of course, everybody knows the original Chuck Jones. Is it Chuck Jones? Basically, it was an old cartoon, about a half hour long, and it is great. It is probably, for the animated specials, not counting movies, and even in movies, it's probably up there. It's probably the best, or one of the best, Christmas specials you can watch around this time of year. Then, of course, there's the Jim Carrey version, which I remember going and seeing with my dad, and I liked when I was a kid, but now I'm not super into. There's some things that make me chuckle in it. I enjoy Jim Carrey as the Grinch, but I don't necessarily enjoy the writing that they did for him and the directing. And Ron Howard's a good director, but it's an ugly movie. I can't recommend that movie anymore. As a kid, I liked it. As an adult, I'm not a fan. Now we get to this movie where kind of the same thing. I feel like as a kid, I would have loved this movie, and as an adult, if I hadn't seen the other two, I might have enjoyed this movie more. There are some funny things in it. It's harmless, but pointless. Now the first third, you get a lot of he's going around, he's going to the store. It's actually, one of the things that's interesting about this movie is people aren't afraid of the Grinch. The Grinch just doesn't like people, so he goes into town and just avoids Whoville during the holidays. It's an interesting take, and I kind of liked it. There are even Whos that were convinced that the Grinch was his friend. So it was a somewhat interesting take that I was enjoying, because for one thing, it was a little different. But overall, it starts to get into the plot of the first two, where, there's Christmas, and he's angry at it, because Christmas, in the original, it was just he didn't like what he thought Christmas was, basically the materialism. He didn't believe there was anything more to it, and that it was loud and obnoxious, and we all feel that around the holidays, and that's why it's kind of a good story to tell. In the Grinch, they take the materialism even further, and the live-action one just really smacks it in your face, and it's not fun. This one touches on a few things that are kind of in both. You get a sense of the materialism, but all the Whos still seem genuinely nice and caring. And it's mostly the kids who think it's are disappointed when the Christmas is stolen and everything. But, I mean, the adults feel it too, and so you see, the Grinch was in an orphanage, and this is in the trailer, so it's not really a spoiler. Because he was in the orphanage, he was kind of neglected, and there's no Christmas for him, and he saw all the families enjoying Christmas, and this is why he resents it. So, fair enough, but it's kind of touched on a little bit in the Jim Carrey version. They just really were also kicking in that they were making fun of his appearance, and that's avoided in this movie. It's mostly that he just felt neglected. So he feels like he should ruin Christmas for everybody, which same as the other two. See, in the original cartoon, the most interesting part of the movie is a little montage of him becoming this fake Santa and going around and stealing the presents, and then Cindy Lou Who appears out of nowhere, and like that was the most boring part of this movie for me because I've seen it in 2 other movies. There's some creativity in the gadgets he's using, but it's still the same thing, and I was kind of bored sitting there. I can't really say there's anything bad, like horrible, in this movie. I just can't, in good conscience, really recommend it for anybody who really loves the original and isn't a small child who is just going to be entertained by good quality animation. I will say that. Now, you can't talk about the Grinch without talking about the themes, like that theme, the "You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch."
You're a nasty, wasty skunk.
Great song in the original. Okay song in the Jim Carrey version. I like whenever Jim Carrey kind of like pops in like the "Your heart's an empty," things like that. Like that's it's cute. It's fun. This one sucks. Oh my gosh. Maybe it's just not the right genre for me, but it's just "You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch."
You really are a hero.
Behold,
The cookie.
This mean fellow with his skin all green and his teeth all yellow.
Oh, you got spiders in your soul, and your body's all green and your teeth are all yellow. I did not enjoy the theme in this one at all, and it just drones, and I feel like it's just dull. I don't have a lot more to say about this movie, because if you've seen the first 2, you don't need to watch this one. So, in number rating, I'm going to give this like a 6. I'm going to give it a 6 because it's harmless and cute, and I did get some laughs out of it. A 6 out of 10. Would I recommend going and seeing it in theaters? No. I would recommend... I could, in good conscience, recommend this next year when it's flying around the family channel and you got those Christmas specials playing. Put this on for the kids. Put it on in the background. It'll be a fun little thing to look at. It is visually very appealing. Almost too appealing in some ways. Like, the Grinch doesn't feel gritty at all. But that's fine. It was a different style. It was a stylistic choice that they went with. Not the best version of the Grinch. Cute movie. 6 out of 10. Would recommend watching on TV, not in theaters. That being said, I will see you at the movies.
Next, I'm promoting you.
you will guide my sleigh tonight.
What?
Max?
Yes! Max!
The Grinch.